Now, basically, you write the symbol, you get the valence electrons off of the table, they're at the top of columns, place the dots as electrons at the compass points, north, south, east, west. Doesn't really matter, and we can change it whenever we want, and there we go. So be careful. First off, when we're looking at your table, each column has one more valence electron. This will determine the bonding, and you should mark your table with the numbers. We are not going to look at these, as these are ions only. We are not going to focus on these at all. None of the transition metals, none of the inner transition metals, they are not going to covalently bond. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and typically 8 dots. So you are going to need to mark your table with this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because that will tell you how many dots you're going to need to put on there. Of course, there's an exception to this, because there's always an exception, and that is helium. Helium only holds 2 dots, and they start out pre-paired. So helium's the weird one, but everything else works in a very similar, predictable fashion. So at some point, you're going to need to mark your table with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you probably want to mark helium as being special, where it has 2 that are already bonded. We are not going to look at the stuff in the middle, because that is ionic only, and this is covalent bonding that we are dealing with. Boom, doing it. So this table is in your notes, and it's already pre-filled for you. But I am going to do something slightly different with this. Where are you? There you go. Hey, buddy. There we go. I want my pen. Okay. So, as per what I just said, the number of valence electrons is something that you can look up. Hydrogen is 1, beryllium 2, boron 3, carbon 4, nitrogen 5, oxygen, well, hold up. Did I do that? Yeah, I did that right. Oxygen 6, fluorine is 7, and neon is 8. Again, these are outer electrons, so these are ones you're going to see on the outside layer, which determines bonding. Because of this, we only have 1 dot somewhere around our hydrogen. Now remember, we're going to want this to be north, south, east, or west. Okay, your compass points, like that. So I'm going to put 1 dot either north, south, east, or west. I'm going to put mine north because I feel like it. Then I have 2 dots. I'm going to do north, and I'm going to do east. I could easily have done north and south or west and east. It doesn't matter as long as I have 2 dots that are not together, because unpaired is always done first. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it gets fun. For 5, we do 1, 2, 3, 4, but then we do a 5th dot as a pair. Ooh, that was really crappy. Messed that up. There you go. That's better. So a 1 pair, 3 unpaired. So 1 unpaired, 2 unpaired, 3 unpaired, 4 unpaired, 3 unpaired, 1 paired, and then oxygen is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll do mine here for 6. And for 7, fluorine is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's sloppy. I don't like that. We don't want to be sloppy with this. So I'll erase that and redo it to make it better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, doesn't matter which ones I do, just that there are 3 paired, 1 unpaired. Now for neon's easy, you get 8. But notice, even though I know there's going to be 8, even though I know this is all going to be full up, you want to do the unpaired first, and then go back and do the paired. Get yourself trained to do that, and life will be easy. So these are the patterns. You've got 1 unpaired, 2 unpaired, 3 unpaired, 4 unpaired, 3 unpaired, 1 paired, 2 unpaired, 2 paired, 1 unpaired, 3 paired, and 4 paired. What does this matter? Because it matters for bonds. Bonds are unpaired. paired. The more unpaired electrons you have, the more bonds. So these unpaired electrons, like this one, is a bond. There's one bond, 2 bonds, 3 bonds, 4 bonds. But look at nitrogen. You've got 1, 2, 3 possible bonds, no bonds where the pair is. No bonds that way. So you've got 3 bonds then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, and then you got 2, 1, and 0, as there is no bonds with our neon. Our noble gases do not bond because they're already happy and full. So again, you can notice that whenever there is an unpaired, you have a chance to bond. This is super important. You need to take a look at that and keep that in mind. So that's how that goes. And if you click through here, if I am correct, it gives you some hints to the side, and then it just gives you everything